Welcome to this explainer. Today, we're cutting straight through the hype to look at a highly curated, battle-tested list of smart home devices that actually solve real, everyday frustrations. We're drawing from a source who has spent years testing these gadgets in everyday, rented apartments. So we're skipping the toys and zooming in on what genuinely improves your daily life, your health, and your comfort.
You know, our starting point today actually validates a lot of the skepticism you might be feeling. The creator of our source material flat out admits that a lot of the smart home industry still feels, well, kind of dumb. And honestly, that's exactly what makes the specific devices we're covering today feel so absolutely crucial. We aren't looking at gimmicks here, we're looking at tools that truly earn their keep.
So here's how we're going to break down this hierarchy of needs. First, redefining the smart home. Second, mastering climate and air. Third, automating light and routines. Fourth, next-level bathroom comfort. And finally, safety and smart hubs.
All right, let's jump into part one, redefining the smart home.
Think about your front door. Our source initially tried those retrofitted smart locks, and it was a mess. They loudly ground against the existing hardware, literally woke up the baby, and drained their batteries every couple of months. The pragmatic solution here? A purpose-built biometric lock, like the Aqara A100. It is completely silent. You just rest your fingerprint right on the handle, and it opens instantly. Plus, it runs for over a year on a single set of batteries, and it even has a physical emergency key and a USB charging port on the outside just in case.
Now, once you're inside, true comfort is essentially invisible. Our source highlights one device they literally refuse to live without, and that's the Qingping version 2 sensor. See, when carbon dioxide inside your room creeps past that 800 to 900 threshold, you start getting headaches, you feel sluggish. This little sensor actually glows red to warn you before that stifling air ruins your productivity or your sleep. It's basically a little prompt telling you, hey, just open a window.
Moving right along to section 2, mastering climate and air.
True automation means the room adapts to you, not the other way around. Take the sleek Higher Flexus AC, for example. It uses sensors to actively detect where people are in the room, so it never blows freezing air directly onto you. It even uses a UV lamp to clean the air. And on the heating side, an Aqara thermostat seamlessly drops the room temperature to a cool 20 degrees Celsius at night for perfect sleep, and then automatically warms it back up to 23 degrees for the daytime.
Okay, let's dive into this fascinating contrast. We've mastered the temperature, but what about the actual air we're breathing? Summer hands us a comfortable, healthy 60% humidity essentially for free. But winter plunges us into a bone-dry danger zone of 20% or even lower. So why does this actually happen?
Well, a lot of people think winter air outside is naturally dry, but it actually has high humidity. The catch here is physics. Cold air is incredibly dense. Think of it like a highly concentrated little jar of moisture. But when that freezing air gets sucked into your warm home and expands, that single drop of water gets stretched super thin across a much larger volume of air. That drastic drop in relative humidity is exactly what causes dry mouths, scratchy noses, and constant winter sickness. And dealing with cheap humidifiers is a daily nightmare of cleaning nasty scale and refilling water tanks. To genuinely solve this, our source recommends a nozzle-type humidifier that's installed directly into your plumbing, spraying a fine mist right through tubes into every room. Yes, it's a massive investment. We're talking upwards of 1 to 1.5 million rubles. But it entirely automates the process and permanently safeguards your family's health through those harsh winters.
All right, part 3, automating light and routines.
Picture this, never ever having to set a harsh, blaring alarm clock again. By hardwiring a reliable, motorized curtain rail and specifically avoiding those cheap, battery-powered gadgets you're going to have to constantly recharge, you can entirely replace your alarm clock with the gentle, natural progression of morning sunlight. Your curtains simply close at midnight for perfect darkness and then silently open at 8 a.m., letting the sun wake you up naturally.
And you know, smart lighting doesn't have to be purely utilitarian either. A smart ceiling light can completely change a room's entire vibe. Devices like this offer high-quality diffused light, let you adjust the warmth, and feature a really fun, customizable RGB color ring. It's voice-activated, surprisingly affordable, and incredibly effective at setting the exact mood you want.
But how do you control all this without ripping up your walls? Wireless battery-powered switches are a real game-changer for terrible architecture. Say a builder put your bathroom switch in an awkward spot right behind the door. You just stick a thin smart switch exactly where your hand naturally reaches. Problem solved. Our source also uses them to fix outdoor lighting at their country house, automatically flicking on the driveway lights at sunset and off at midnight. No more fumbling in the dark when parking the car. Which brings us to part 4, next-level bathroom comfort.
When upgrading the bathroom, a lot of people immediately reach for popular imported brands for a smart toilet, but compatibility is literally everything here. A lot of those models use a floor drain standard that will cause a massive plumbing headache locally. So our source highly recommends finding compatible units, like the Noken Smart Toilet, which fits standard wall drains perfectly. It gives you a soft blue nightlight, heated seats, precise customized washing, and an air dryer, all without making your bathroom look like a bizarre spaceship.
Finally, let's wrap up with Section 5, Safety and Smart Hubs.
The idea of a smart hub actually extends way beyond your living room. The source material draws a really fascinating parallel to our professional lives, pointing to the Toshka Bank AI Assistant. Just as a home hub manages your physical environment, this AI acts as a hub for your business, analyzing finances, categorizing expenses, and simplifying complex business laws. It's all about delegating the heavy lifting to smart systems while still having human support to back you up.
Back on the physical front, smart hubs offer the ultimate peace of mind through safety automation. By just placing a few long-lasting battery-powered leak sensors under your sinks, a burst pipe will instantly trigger a smart valve to cut your home's main water supply. Plus, basic smart safety means ditching dangerous 220-volt decorations like those old holiday garlands that can easily spark fires and swapping them for safe, low-voltage USB alternatives.
And tying this entire physical home together are localized smart speakers, like the Yandex station with the Alice voice assistant. Their absolute superpower is contextual awareness. By placing a small hub in every room, they know exactly where they are. So if you're standing in the bedroom and simply say, "Turn off the light," the AI is smart enough not to plunge the rest of your house into total darkness. It's the invisible brain, making all these independent devices feel like one cohesive, intelligent home.
Having explored how pragmatic technology can tangibly improve your health, fix your sleep schedule, and ensure your home's safety without relying on flashy gimmicks, we have to ask, looking around your own living space right now, what outdated, everyday frustration is long overdue for a smart upgrade? Thanks for joining this explainer of the modern, pragmatic smart home.